Hello and welcome back to our Excel tutorial series. In this video, we will be discussing one of the most useful function in Excel, the index function. The index function allows you to find a value within a range of cells based on its position. It can be used in a variety of ways, such as returning the values of a specific cell and returning a range of value based on specific criteria. Let's take a look at the worksheet. Here you can see this is the worksheet I already made up, and the Excel index function returns the value at a given position in the range of array. So, and you can find in the formulas, and from the formulas you can find lookup and reference. Here the index returns a value or reference of the cell at intersection of a particular row and columns in a given range. So when I click over there, now you can see here is say the select arguments. There's two arguments. This function has multiple arguments list. Please select one of them so you can use, and I'll show you later on. Here when you use the index function, you will find the arrow and the reference function. So I'm gonna show you as usual. For now I'm just cancel it. Let me do with the example. Here I already made up, and if I take out this one, let me just use with the example. Use the equal, then use the index, then first bracket, then it say the array, then next one is the row number, then next one is the column number. So the array is the what you're looking for, and if I use this one, like if I select this array or the selection area, then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the comma, then it say the number of row. So here the number, so which number do you want? Like if I looking for 5 rows, I used it, then use the comma, then it say the number of columns, so I'm using the number 3, then I'll just close it, then hit on the enter. Now you can find here the result is found 122. This is the row number 5 and column number 3. Here 1 2 and 3, here the 1 2 3 4 and 5 the row number. Okay, with this you can easily find it. Now if I want to change the different row, let me just use like the 7 row and change the row number 2. Let me just use it column number 2, then hit on the enter. Now you can find there is the row number 7 there and 3, and it's give the column number 2, so it's here that gives the position in a range or array. Okay, so with this you can understand it's kind of like this. If I select this one and this cell, so it will give you the position it find out, and it will show us up in your result. Okay, I'm gonna clear you with the another example. Let me use the basic example here. So you can now see that here the pineapple, the fruit, or some data like banana, apple, pineapple, orange. So here I already use it. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just use like index, then use the array. So I'm just use this array, then use the column, or I can just select. Before that I can just use this one, then use the number of this one like the column number or the row number 3, then close it, hit on the enter. Now you can see this is in the 4. If I looking for the another, like if I say the column number 5, so what will come? It doesn't come anything because here is the empty. If I use the different one like the ABC or something, let me just hit. Now you can see it's come up with the result. Okay, because here is the single selection and single range, and for this it's come up with the single result. Okay, let me do with the multiplication table. Here I can just show you, and here is the column 1, and here's the column 1, and you can see this is the row. So I'm gonna show you how it will come. Let me do with the row number. So click the index, then you see the returns a value or reference of the cells at the intersection of a particular row and column in a given range. So what I'm gonna do, close it, first bracket, then use the array. So I'm gonna select this one, total, then say the number of row. So let me just use this like 6, and let me use the number of column. So let me 1 2, if I say this column like 2 and close it, so it will come like this here 12. Let me just hit on the enter. It doesn't come the 12 because here's the row, this is the column and this is the row, so it's point out in the here. Okay, so with this thing you can easily find out. Let me do with the reference. So how it will work, let me just use click index, then I'll use the reference. Before that I'm gonna use this one. So what I'm gonna do, use the Ctrl T, then use the my table hash header, then here I'm going to use the range, then what I'm gonna do, use the OK, then here I'm gonna use here the name. If I say the data and hit on the OK, then this is kind of the data sheet or data. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this one as an index one. So use the index function, then use the reference. So I'm gonna use this one like the reference. So here I'm going to use the reference. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the index, then first bracket, then use the reference. So I already made up the table. Like if I say the data, I'm gonna use the first bracket in here, then here. So sometime it can be the separate like the range. So if I use this range, then use the comma and use this range, use the comma, and let me just choose this range. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use from here which selection I'm gonna use. Like this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. So from here which one I am looking for, let me just use the like number of row numbers. So let me just use this one, second one, I'm gonna use the second. And if I looking for like the 3 columns, so it's asking me the column number. So if I use the 3, then close it, hit on the enter. Now you can see here is find out the 4. Okay, so with the reference, so you can find the table data and you can find this from like the fee group like this, and you can get the result. So the index function is a powerful tool that can save you a lot of time and effort when you're working with large amount of data. We hope this tutorial been helpful in demonstrating the basics of this function. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more Excel tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching.